So, Chrisley Knows Best. It really is an interesting show to watch. The whole family, and Todd is the patriarch of the family, sort of at the center of giving his unvarnished and candid opinions. And they live not far, I would say, 30 minutes with decent traffic from where I grew up. Maybe 25 minutes. Where I grew up in Dunwoody, Georgia.
Yes.
And we used to go to Alfred every once in a while to play in a football game. But so this is a little bit north of Atlanta, and that's such a great city. Do you find that living in Atlanta provides a specific texture for the family and for the show?
I think that it's been a great place for us to bring up our children. The value system is very good there, and we have people of like kind that we surround ourselves with.
And what does that mean?
That have the same core values that we have for our children.
Got it.
And we want our children to be good, decent, kind people. I want them to know everything they know about the world. I want them to soak it up. But at the same token, I want them to be very kind in the way that they administer the knowledge that they've received.
Now, we were talking about whether it's more difficult to raise girls or guys, and you said definitely your guys. And there's no secret, there's a little bit of controversy with you and one of your sons, Kyle, who was on the show, who's no longer on the show, but has been outspoken about your relationship.
Right.
He clearly doesn't feel good about it. What's your reaction to all this and knowing that it's living in public?
I think that's probably the hardest part, that it's living in public. But Kyle and I have a very good, fine relationship. But Kyle is bipolar. So when you have a child that deals with that, today I'm your best friend, tomorrow you don't know who I am. So at the end of the day, we have to deal with that. And as a family, it's our job to continue to love him and to pull him through.
Is that why he's not on the show?
That, and he doesn't feel like he needs his medication. So, you run into that when you have someone that's bipolar.
Do you think you'd ever bless him coming back onto the show?
Kyle is my son. He's welcome in our family at all times.
So he would be on the show if
he
you were
would.
in the family.
He would when he gets his stuff together. But at the end of the day, Kyle's issues and our issues are not your issues. They're not someone on the camera crew's issues. If you can't be courteous and polite and respectful, you can't play.
Well, I hope everything ends up okay there and there's peace. Let me grab Jennifer, who's on with us. Jennifer, Todd Chrisley in the studio. Chrisley Knows Best is the show. What's your question? By the way, you're the relationship expert now. Just for having this show, you've become the relationship expert.
Right.
Go ahead.
Hi, nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you, Jennifer.
My question is, how do I approach my 16-year-old who has a snotty, disrespectful attitude with me most of the time? I would say 75% of the time I really can't even stand being around her because her mouth is so snotty with me. And how do I approach her when we're not arguing so that I can just tell her, hey, I'm not your friend. Don't talk to me the way that you talk to them. And let's get along, because our home right now just isn't functioning well because her mouth is so bad.
Well, Jennifer, first of all, you said 75% of the time. 74% of the time is your fault, because after the first percent, you should have corrected that then. She's living in your house. You're providing her cell phone. You're covering all of her expenses. If she can do it in a better way and doesn't want to respect you, she can't live there. So at the end of the day, there's somewhere the respect that you have for her and that she's supposed to have for you, that's broken down. And you have to sit down and you have to say, I'm the parent, you're the child. This is what I expect of you in my home. And if you can't honor that, then we need to come up with another plan.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Todd comes across as this very hip, metrosexual kind of guy. He's actually just like a 90-year-old man in there.
Who doesn't need Viagra?
Amen.
I mean, come on.
Do people think you're a metrosexual?
Oh, I get metro. I get bisexual.
You get it all.
I get it all. So I'm just greedy.
Well, we appreciate you coming by. Congratulations on the success of the show. Sounds like you're doing the best job you can as a father, and
We're doing
wish
good.
you good luck.
We're good. Thank you so much.
Todd Chrisley Knows Best. It's on USA.
Thank you.
Is it harder to parent young girls or young boys?
My girls have been a walk in the park.
The boys are tricky.
My boys, if I'd have had them first, there'd have been no others.
Really?
No.
They take
You
it
mean
out
that?
of you?
I do.
Because most would say the opposite.
No, my girls have been wonderful. Lindsay and Savannah have been amazing. Chase and Kyle knew the female anatomy very early, so that's what they chased after.
And because